Vicario, the fourth seed, and Meredith McGrath, her best ever Grand Slam appearances. We welcome Hall of Famer Tracy Austin. Well, many would say that Arantxa Sanchez Vicario should win handily here. How about the McGrath fans?
Well, I think it's really going to depend on how Meredith McGrath stands the pressure. I mean, she has not ever played on center court at Wimbledon before, and that could be very daunting. You know, she had to come out and curtsy. I mean, I remember the first time I played, I was more worried about that than anything. But she really has to start out very strong and not let Arantxa get off to a great start.
She looked like she went to the British Museum and got into that Egyptian area where they did some fancy wrappings. Look at that right leg. What's wrong with it?
Well, she used at least a couple of rolls of tape on that leg. Actually, she's been wrapping the upper part of her right thigh throughout the whole tournament. She said that her leg has been really sore, and she just feels a lot more confident with it wrapped. And also, it's been very cold, but she said it's nothing to worry about, nothing major. But, Dick, this looks like something major. That's quite a wrap job.
Meredith McGrath went to Stanford a year where she won the NCAA doubles championship. And now let's look at Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, who took Steffi Graf to 3 exciting sets in Paris before Graf won her 4th French championship. She's actually ranked 4th, ranked 3rd, and seeded 4th. And with her effort here at Wimbledon, over $1 million earned this year.
Beat Sarah Zanetti and Miriam Ormans in the early rounds. Naoko Sawamatsu of Japan. Sabine Appelmans lost a set, started out slowly there.
And Judith Wiesner to get to the semifinals.
Both the last 2 matches for Arantxa, she started out extremely slow. The last match against Wiesner, she won the last 11 of 12 games. So Arantxa's going to want to turn that around and start out quickly.
McGrath has enjoyed her best results on grass. She has 3 titles in her career, 2 on grass, 2 years ago at Eastbourne and this year at Birmingham.
It's interesting to see McGrath staying back with Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. I think that she'd want to be at the net quite often. She can't out-rally Arantxa, and that big weapon of Arantxa's, that backhand. It's her favorite shot, most confident.
Sizzling return.
And that's exactly what Arantxa Sanchez Vicario is going to want to do. Hit some great returns, especially in the beginning, to shake Meredith McGrath's confidence. McGrath has not been in this situation ever before.
Tough time to play. The shadows dissecting the center of the court. Serve her out of the dark shadows into the bright sunlight.
Hey, Dick, but at least the sun's out. I mean,
we can't complain.
Yeah, we've been raining. It's been raining off and on all day long, and you know that's so tough on the players waiting in the locker room, not knowing when they're going to get out there, not knowing if they need to warm up more, how much they need to eat, when they need to get ready. Get very tired being that tense.
While Meredith McGrath has 3 tour titles, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario has 3 Grand Slams, 2 French and 1 U.S.
Advantage, Miss McGrath.
Meredith McGrath's favorite surface would have to be grass. You mentioned she won Eastbourne a couple of years ago. She beat Martina Navratilova there. She considers that her biggest win.
So Meredith McGrath, and very important for her and her first visit to this deep into a Grand Slam, holds, and we're underway.
I can't believe I'm losing my hair back here.
Like father, like son.
Yeah, right.
Look, if you want to regrow some hair, check this out.
Rogaine? Don't you need a prescription?
Not anymore.
How's it work? Rogaine goes to the root of your hair, and for some people, gets it to grow.
What have you got to lose?
Nothing, I guess, except more hair.
That's been easy to use.
And it's starting to work.
See, there's room for growth in every relationship.
Rogaine, medically proven to regrow hair.
Time. It fools you. You think you have all the time in the world, and then one morning you wake up and you're older and getting closer to retirement. But many Americans haven't saved enough to enjoy it. That's why there's Sun America. Ask your financial advisor about us today. Because it's not just your retirement, it's your future. Look to the sun. Sun America.
Join Bob Costas for a prelude to the games. Gymnast Shannon Miller, in a sport dominated by youth, is this winner of 5 Olympic medals in Barcelona too old to compete at age 19? Plus, the courageous story of Cuba's Ana Quiroz. Meet the heroes of Atlanta, the Sports Illustrated Olympic special, Wednesday night, July 17th on NBC.
Meredith McGrath holding to open this semifinal match with Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, ranked 27th in the world. She'll move up with her performance at Wimbledon. From Midland, Michigan, has moved in the last couple of years to Zurich, Switzerland. Some friends from that Saginaw, Midland, Bay City area that moved to Switzerland, and kind of a second family for her. She loves being there. She loves high places. Interestingly, she's climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. She loves the mountain bike, and she loves skiing, so this would be a different kind of high.
Mana Endo from Japan in the first round, and 14th seed Amanda Kutzer in the second round. Nancy Faber, former Wimbledon junior champion. Studenikova, of course, upset Celis early on in this tournament, and Mary Jo Fernandez, the number 9 seed
15.
in the last round.
Sanchez Vicario opens with an ace.
Meredith McGrath can rally with Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, but she won't be able to win the match that way. I think only way she'll be able to win the match is serve extremely well, go to the net and end the points at the net.
14.
The key is playing with controlled aggression and taking a lot of risk, hitting very close to the line with lines with a lot of power, and still cutting down on your unforced errors.
Arantxa is the youngest at 24 of the 4 semifinalists, a year younger than McGrath.
Steffi Graf's now 27 years old. Seems like she's been around forever, but still seems like 27's old for her. I always think of her as just a teenager.
Steffi Graf in the second semifinal, and we wonder if there'll be enough daylight for them to play Kamiko Date, her opponent. Game to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
1 game winner.
She had not made it past the quarters until last year, when she raced to the finals, and we had that classic third set and that 11th game, 20-minute game before she finally succumbed to Graf.
Great return.
20-7 on the year for McGrath to earn the 27th spot in the world, the grass title at Birmingham, the quarters at Amelia Island, where she lost to Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. 3-4.
And that Birmingham tournament was just a couple of weeks before Wimbledon. She beat Tozia in the finals. Brenda Schultz, that's a good win on grass. Smart play from Arantxa. She moves so well. That's what makes her such a better player than about 4 or 5 years ago, is that she can finish her points off at the net. Not content just to hang at the baseline.
So 3 breakers for Arantxa Sanchez Vicario.
Arantxa starting out so quickly, really has found her rhythm already. Loves that backhand, that two-handed backhand she can hit anywhere in the court. In fact, if she has an opportunity, she'll run around her forehand and hit the backhand.
Game, Miss Sanchez Vicario.
So Conejo, the rabbit from Barcelona, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario owns the early lead.
Against the 1+.
15-love.
Arantxa finished that point off by coming to the net and hitting a backhand drop volley winner. Moving beautifully today.
30-love.
Second ace. Playing very confidently. She has played Meredith McGrath only twice and beaten her both times in straight sets. Competitively, though, 6-4, 7-5 on grass at Newport. And then 6-3, 6-4 on clay at Amelia Island this year.
40-love.
Very confident, a little serve and volley action there. Very crisp volley. Doing it with a lot of authority.
That's 9 straight points for Sanchez Vicario. She leads 3 games to 1.
Vicario leads 3 games to 1.
And for Sanchez Vicario, 26-9 at Wimbledon. At one time, she said grass was only for cows to eat. But she's finding it rather delectable herself the last couple of years. Won the French in '89 and '94, and the U.S. Open, a big Grand Slam victory in '94 as well.
Beautiful return, and Dick, I think the big reason that she really likes grass now, or doesn't love it still, but still likes it as she catches this ball out nice and early. Good accuracy. As she's coming into the net more herself, she's using that backhand slice when she's coming in, which stays down so low. Ooh.
And that ends a string of 10 straight points on the Spaniard side. 15 all.
Good pickup there from Meredith McGrath, and continues to move forward, punch that volley. That's some doubles action. She's really been a double specialist in her career. 25 titles.
30-50.
3 of those this year. And she's in the round of 16 here at Wimbledon with Larissa Nealand, and also still in the mix with Matt Lucena. So she's the only player in all 3 draws remaining at this point. 30 all.
Actually, yesterday, both of these players had to wait around all day. They warmed up early in the day, but because it rained and players came off and on so many times, they had to wait around all day. Meredith left around 9 o'clock last night. It's not easy. But Arantxa was in locker room A, the seated players' locker room, much more comfy there. Lots of couches, nice comfy chairs. Meredith, locker room B, very crowded, just benches to sit on.
break point for Sanchez Vicario.
30-40.
She's dictating the action.
Terrific passing shots, very accurate today, so close to the lines. 100% for Sanchez Vicario on break chances.
Juice.
For players at home watching, I just love Meredith McGrath's service motion. So fluid, reaches up so well, gets great extension, and especially on that second serve, has a nice topspin kick. Nice relaxed arm.
Advantage, Miss McGrath.
But Meredith really had to deal with a lot of injuries in her career. As we look at her service motion, look at that continuous service motion. Really snaps the wrist at the peak. Finishes the serve into the court with her body weight going forward.
Juice.
You mentioned the injuries of McGrath, Tracy. After leaving Stanford in '90 as the NCAA doubles champion, she zoomed up the ranks, pro ranks, to number 26 in 8 months, and then a hip injury. 91 French, she had to have surgery for that. She had a shoulder injury in '92. She was out until '93, and now you can see she's well wrapped thigh and calf. So it's just her whole body. Another typical Sanchez Vicario pass.
Advantage, Miss Sanchez Vicario.
I think that really held Meredith McGrath back. All those injuries. That approach a little too short. Arantxa having too much room to find the opening cross court.
Another break point.
Juice.
You talk about bad luck. She just got rid of that hip injury after having surgery in December, came back at the Lipton. In the first match back, she hurt her shoulder. So has not had a lot of good luck with injuries, and I think that has really held her back, because I think she has a ton of talent. Real potential, a full court game. Just needs to get some confidence behind her.
Hit the line.
Overhit that one.
Sanchez Vicario.
That's the third break point in this game for Sanchez Vicario.
Meredith had some great results in the past, but she's followed it up by some early round losses. She said she needs to be more consistent in her results throughout the whole year, but she will break into the top 20 first time in her career by getting to the semis here.
Juice.
Yeah, she knocks away another breaker. Fourth deuce. Winner of this match will meet either Steffi Graf, Kamiko Date for the Wimbledon Championship. Breakfast at Wimbledon Saturday morning at 9 Eastern. And a reminder tonight at 11:35, our Wimbledon update. Busy day despite all the rain. All the highlights for you then.
Advantage, Miss Sanchez Vicario.
And that's really too bad, because that's just the shot that she's looking for. She's looking for that short shot from Arantxa Sanchez Vicario so that she can come into the net, hit that backhand slice, and attack. Can't afford to miss shots like that. Those are the ones she needs to take advantage of.
13th point of this, by far the longest game of this opening set.
Game, Miss Sanchez.
Good serve, bad volley, and Arantxa Sanchez Vicario breaks again, leads 4-1.
4 games to 1 per second.
Sanchez Vicario, but we're at court 1 now, where Malavia Washington on serve with Alex Radulescu. It's 30-15, 4-5.
They just played an unbelievable point, Dick. Radulescu hit a forehand pass.
14.
And another ace for the Romanian turned German. 32 aces for him. 133 in 5 Wimbledon matches.
Never played a major and leading the Wimbledon in aces so far. He also gave Washington a point in the last game at 4-all. Backhand overhead was called out, and Radulescu gave Washington the point. Now, you don't see that too often.
40-30.
47.
These two men could not have played a more contentious match. 3 tiebreakers. 2 won by Mal Washington, 1 by Radulescu, and then the other decided 7-5.
This is the biggest match of both players' lives, right here and now. Quarterfinals of Wimbledon.
Played 3 hours and 34 minutes. Deuce. Double fault to deuce.
Let's not forget, Washington's already survived 2 match points. Radulescu had a backhand pass and a backhand return that he was unable to capitalize in the 4th set at 6-5. And now Washington, 2 points from the semis.
Terrific off-balance defensive lob by Mal Washington, and he's at match point.
Yeah, it's a good play to go behind your opponent, and that's what Radulescu did. But Washington showing excellent athletic ability, getting back, forcing Radulescu to hit a pretty tough overhead. And here it is, match point. And a second serve for Mal Washington.
Double fault. Malavia Washington is through to the semifinals. Another stunning event at this Wimbledon. His best ever Grand Slam. This 27-year-old who grew up in Michigan, University of Michigan star. Oh, he was named one of the 50 most beautiful people a couple of years ago. This is beautiful for Mal Washington.
One of the 50 happiest people right now. What a sigh of relief for him. Doesn't look too happy, just happy to be in a Grand Slam semifinal here at Wimbledon.
He'll play either Todd Martin or Tim Henman in the semifinals. Mal Washington. Well, we just described Richard Krajicek playing the match of his life. Mal Washington with a memorable victory at Wimbledon. The semifinals he goes.
Well, not the most best play he's ever played, but certainly the most important. We always hear about Courier, Chang, Sampras, and Agassi. Well, here's Mal Washington in the Grand Slam semifinal.
He's unloading his laundry as souvenirs for the fans at Court 1. The last year they'll play in this 72-year-old tennis arena, and Malavia Washington is now part of that history. On the 4th of July, Washington is through to the semis. Oh. As we go back to center court. Now, Tracy Austin has been watching the action at center court, where Arantxa Sanchez Vicario leads 5-1. McGrath serving 30 love.
Arantxa Sanchez Vicario really came out of the gates quickly here today, playing solid, steady tennis. Meredith McGrath looking a little nervous, overhitting, making too many unforced errors.
Did a good job of keeping in play. 40-15.
Great hands from Meredith McGrath, but as soon as Arantxa saw that McGrath wasn't going to hit a really strong volley, she started moving in. That's what you have to do on grass. Move up to those short balls.
40-30.
Meredith McGrath with only 50% of her first serves in. Way too low. Reaches up well for this one. Gets in quickly. Just dumps that volley in the net. Be up around 70% because she's going to rely so much on that first serve. Arantxa looks like she's going to hit a hard shot, and then just at the last second, takes her left hand off the ball. Little drop shot. Well disguised.
Typical Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. She just hustles after every shot and makes her so endearing to the tennis public around the world. So a point now for 2-5 for McGrath.
And it pays off because her opponents tend to overhit. They know that Arantxa is going to scramble after every single ball, so they go for too much.
McGrath holds. It'll be Sanchez Vicario serving for the first set when we return to center court.
Third Rock's Alien Guide to Television.
Who is that smoldering beauty with the fiery eyes?
Katie Couric.
Katie Couric. Sounds like something beautiful stuck in your throat.
Third Rock moves to NBC Sunday after the Olympics.
This weekend, when everyone talks about
Vicario, her streak of 5 straight games ended as McGrath held, but now serves 5-2 for the set. She's reached the finals in 5 of the last 7 Grand Slam events. Usually encountering Graf in the finals. And according to the seeding, that's how it figures again this year.
15 love.
And coming up just short in the last 3 finals that they've played. The last 2 French Opens, and of course here at Wimbledon last year. I think Steffi just has those extra weapons, seems to pull through on the big points. That's a beautiful passing shot. Meredith McGrath hitting that nice slice. It's going to stay down low. Also hitting it in the middle of the court. So it's going to cut down on Arantxa Sanchez Vicario's angles. But Arantxa creates her own.
Three set points.
That ball's flying on Meredith McGrath. Too many of those slices are floating long. I think she's feeling a lot of pressure to try to make her shots too good.
At 6-2. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario owns the first set. It took 29 minutes. You may have heard the applause in the background a few moments ago. That was for the continuation of the match between Goran Ivanisevic and Jason Stoltenberg. Stoltenberg won the first 2 sets yesterday, 6-3, 7-6, and through the rain showers, they barely did complete the 3rd set in a tiebreak. Ivanisevic survived 7-6. He came very close. He had a break point against him, match point against him, and was able to rally and make it 2-1 as they resume play. They're warming up now. As soon as they begin play, we'll look in on that progress as Meredith McGrath serves to open the 2nd set. It's 15 love.
15 all.
And again, it's missing that first serve that's making Meredith McGrath stay at the baseline and try to out-rally Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Needs to get more first serves in, try to attack the net.
53% for serve for McGrath.
Showing some good touch here at the net. Getting down low with the knees. Keeping that racket head nice and firm. Good little drop volley there. Very effective on the grass courts. Tend to die.
All as McGrath again long. And thus far in this match, Arantxa Sanchez Vicario, usually the counterpuncher, at least that's the case with Graf. She's been both. She's been the aggressor, and when needed to, has had the answer to some attacks by McGrath. Terrific start for Sanchez Vicario, the 4th seed. Even the miss hits go in.
And smart play. She sees that McGrath has to back up for that lob, so Arantxa sneaking in, putting a lot of pressure on McGrath to come up with a pass. 2 of 5 for Arantxa, and McGrath has not had any break chances. McGrath serving to that Sanchez Vicario forehand, and I think that's the side she should definitely serve more to. That backhand of Sanchez Vicario is lethal, especially on the return, can get it down so low at McGrath's feet.
That's her best approach of the match.
Definitely her best approach in the match, and look how low Arantxa had to get down for that backhand. Hit it up, and McGrath with the volley well out in front. McGrath serving to that Sanchez Vicario backhand, had to hit up that half volley, and really a makeable volley there.
Yeah, you can't give a superb opponent as Sanchez Vicario is those 3 points. That was for the first game.
Advantage, Miss McGrath.
And another point for McGrath. You've had the feeling that she almost has to hold here to entertain any hopes after losing the first step 6-2.
Arantxa just mistiming that ball, losing her racket, losing the grip on her racket. That's really the difference between the top players like Arantxa or someone like Meredith, who's number 27 in the world, is Arantxa doesn't give you many free points at all.
Third deuce of this game.
So many exchanges like that in doubles. Always keeping that racket head out in front. No time for a big swing. Keeping it out in front of you.
Juice.
This first game of the second set, very tough to capture for the 25-year-old McGrath. Sanchez Vicario with one break point in this long game. Now the fourth deuce.
Advantage.
Second breaker. First double fault.
Apparently Meredith McGrath has been added to the Fed Cup team that's going to Japan next week. Nagoya, Japan, with Lindsay Davenport, Gigi Fernandez, Monica Seles, and Mary Jo Fernandez. She's an alternate. And that's just in case Mary Jo Fernandez can't play because her back has been really sore. In fact, it was sore against Meredith McGrath in this tournament when she lost, but she didn't want to use that as an excuse.
That was in the quarters when McGrath beat her 6-3, 6-1.
Great stretch. Good get from Arantxa.
Advantage, Miss McGrath.
Little drop shot, but Arantxa is just so quick. Look at those feet move.
And McGrath, who's 5'7", just tall enough.
Game, Miss McGrath.
McGrath survived a very difficult opening game. Second set. Most of the players here at Wimbledon doesn't have a regular hitting partner. She had 5 different players hit with her before each of her 5 wins.
I think that's great.
That's superstitious. But she could have really collapsed in that first game of this set. After losing 6-2 in the opening set, in trouble throughout her service game, could have let it all go there. But she fought through it, held. So it's love won in the second. 16-point first game of this set.
Dick, I think it's so refreshing that she's worked with 5 different players, as you said, just hits with anybody who will warm her up.
Best finish Grand Slam before this Wimbledon was the 4th round last year.
She's going to run out of players to hit with soon if she gets to the finals, because there'll only be 1 player left and everybody else in the semis has a coach. Oh, great shot.
Sounded as if she framed that one over.
Everything is going Arantxa's way today. Just makes a stab at that volley. Just goes over the net beautifully. No way to retrieve this volley.
First double fault. 42 minutes, the Rolex time of the match. Arantxa, Sanchez, Vicario, Meredith, McGrath. 6-2 opening set for the 24-year-old from Barcelona. 1-all now. McGrath serves.
Arantxa, Sanchez, Vicario looking so confident out here. Look at this volley. Just kind of stab volley. Doesn't move her feet. Knows that she has plenty of court to hit into.
Well, you're seeing the total variety of Sanchez Vicario's game. She has it all, and she's showing every bit of it to McGrath at the highest level. Love 30.
Really jerking McGrath around with angles, depth, great passing shots, mixing in some lobs.
Not afraid to come to the net volley.
Love fusion.
3 break points.
Now let's see where she serves the second serve. I think she should serve more second serves to the Sanchez Vicario forehand, less lethal.
Well, in the first set, the third game, McGrath was broken and in trouble here in the third game, second set. 15-40.
Just not enough first serves in. Again, I mentioned before, it's crucial for her to get a lot of first serves in so she can get into the net where she'll do the most damage. She just can't hang back with Sanchez Vicario.
And there's the break. Arantxa, Sanchez Vicario up a set, now up a break in the second. Net results brought to you by Mass Mutual. That ends a string of 6 straight points for Arantxa. Here during that injury break, stretching the hamstring. Boy, everything left but wrapping that left knee. She'd be totally covered.
We got the left leg to go.
I think that's the right, yeah, that's the right side. It's all wrapped up.
I talked to Meredith last night, and she just said she was really, really sore. Kind of glad she got rained out in her 2 doubles matches that she was supposed to play yesterday. She was scheduled for doubles and then mixed doubles.
15-30.
You know, Dick, she's not used to being in the semifinals of a tournament after playing 5 matches already. The tournaments that she's won, she's already won the tournament at 5 matches. Long 2 weeks. A lot of tennis these last couple of weeks for Meredith McGrath. All. I tell you, this is a great pickup here from McGrath. That ball had a lot of spin on it. Really hopped up at her, and Arantxa so quick, had the opening. Just looked up, didn't watch the ball.
Make a good point, Tracy, about the, we forget that the great players play constantly because they play in the first round and play through to the final rounds often. And that some of those that aren't as successful get out of some tournaments Wednesday, Thursday, have some rest period before they go to the next assignment. But the top players like Steffi Graf, Arantxa, Sanchez, Vicario, very few off days for them. And so you get a Meredith McGrath who gets deep into the second week of a major. This is a totally new experience.
Tired physically as well as mentally.
Oh, caught the corner.
Juice.
So she's hanging on. Has to hit all the lines to do it. Terrific depth. Ooh, both lines. Arantxa looking for the call. That was right on the line, both lines. She does tend to do that, looking at the linesman. Looking for the calls that don't come.
Advantage, Miss Sanchez Vicario.
Second double fault gives her opponent another break chance. Sanchez Vicario takes a 4-1 lead in the second, 2 games away from another Wimbledon final. 4-1, Sanchez Vicario in the second set, up a set. Meredith McGrath again, trainer working on that right leg during the towel off. Obviously not 100% at a time, or maybe one of her most important moments in professional tennis. Sanchez Vicario hasn't even faced a break point. And playing at a very high level, one that should she make it to the finals, and one anticipates against Steffi Graf, would promise another terrific Saturday. Graf to play Kimiko Date in the other semifinal.
Can't hit a smarter shot than that from Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. When you see the trainer coming out all the time on the changeovers, know that McGrath can't move as well. Hit a drop shot.
40 love.
Sanchez Vicario has lost only one of the last 9 points. And now leads 5-1 in the second set.
Just getting better and better. She actually seems like she's in a real hurry here. When you went over to the men's match, she was jumping around in between points.
Well, I guess she wants Steffi Graf to get her chance to get out to center court tonight.
That's right.
Now you look at the unforced errors for McGrath, and only 9 for Sanchez Vicario. Plus 19 Sanchez Vicario, minus 10 winners to unforced for Meredith McGrath.
And 28 winners from Sanchez Vicario. You usually don't see a number that high. She's more of a consistent player, forcing errors on the other side, but not with so many winners. She's played an aggressive match today. Aggressive from the baseline, going for her shots, also finishing off points from the net, excuse me.
Shown no weakness.
15-30.
So 2 points from the match and a date in the finals. Third double, McGrath. She just ladled that one over her opponent's head.
15-40.
And again, knowing that the lob would make McGrath move the most, McGrath didn't even run for it.
2 match points. Arantxa Sanchez Vicario breezes into the finals. 6-2, 6-1. That makes 6 of the last 8 Grand Slams have had her name on the board for the final. Whom will she meet on Saturday? Breakfast at Wimbledon? Will it be longtime foe Steffi Graf, or will we see another Wimbledon upset from Kamiko Date, Japan's #1? That match to follow here on Center Court.